I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant. Translation. Gotta feed the baby. You better stop playing with trucks, hubby. Maurizio is genuinely happy to hear the news. Unlike his wife, he's not robbed of the ability to feel things, to be in the moment, to enjoy life. He feels things so deeply that he tends to make reckless decisions in the heat of the moment without thinking seriously about them. And of course, Patrizia uses this trait of his. She probably doesn't even realize she's doing it. She just does it because she feels the impulse to do so. Most of the time, we all live on autopilot. They both deserve each other. Maurizio is living an illusion. He's always giving away his responsibility to his wife. He's unable to say no. He doesn't even know what he wants anymore. Whereas Patrizia is constantly on guard, worrying about the future, about getting the next thing done on her list. I wonder if she ever experienced any real emotions and feelings. Was she even in love at least once? She even uses her child as a ruse to get to her future wealth. Finally, Maurizio agrees. He can feel the pressure of society, of his family, and he gives in, forgetting his true wants and needs, forgetting his own goals and dreams. When we give in to the pressure of others, we betray ourselves, and it always results in disappointment. Ever since Maurizio agreed to work for the family business, Patrizia changed her behavior. She started feeling more in control of everything, and when she finds out about the existence of cheap Gucci items, she starts panicking. She feels as if someone is stealing from them, from her. Maurizio wants to laugh it off, but his wife is not in the mood for jokes.
I mean, I'd buy them.
Don't be such a cretin.
Don't call me a cretin.
He still thinks that he will be in charge of the business. But no, Maurizio, you will never make any decisions. Your wife will control your every move. After that conversation with the uncle, they got a little lesson from him. He basically told them to respect his decisions regarding the family business and reminded them that it was him who made the company so successful, while they haven't yet contributed anything to the success of the company. Patrizia doesn't like when things don't go her way. She gets angry easily when things don't go according to her plan. This time, the obstacle is Aldo, so she starts planning her revenge against the uncle. He was so kind and welcoming to her, but now he's an obstacle for her.
Do you want to be left in the dust?
She's trying to touch something in him that would make him emotional. She's trying to humiliate him, although he's perfectly fine.
It's time to take out the trash.
The trash, she says, meaning his family.
They're my family.
She doesn't take no for an answer.
We do have a natural advantage. You're not a Gucci.
Ooh, that's a slap on her cheek. For some reason, she's so insulted when she's being told she's not a Gucci. She's not related to this family by blood, so I wonder why is it so insulting for her? It's like she wants to create this new identity for herself just because she married someone from this family.
You can call me Signora Gucci.
Maybe if she was a bit more modest, things would have been better for her and her husband's family would warm up to her more easily. She goes to pay a visit to Paolo, Maurizio's cousin, Aldo's son, again because she has a plan. Her face is changing. It's different when she talks to Paolo, when she's lying to him, and then we see her real face. Here she's acting out her role, and here she's being her real self. Lady Gaga does such a great job in this film. Her face speaks louder than words. Here Patrizia is probably thinking, how easy is it to trick this silly man?
Focus on the result.
What game are you playing?
I'm looking out for our best interests. Is that a game?
He has nothing to say to her to persuade her. He doesn't have a plan. The birth of his grandson warms Rodolfo's heart, and he writes his son Maurizio back into his will. However, after Rodolfo's death, It turns out that Maurizio can't have access to his 50% of shares of the company because his father didn't sign proper papers. Patrizia is infuriated that her plans have been ruined, yet she can't stop faking and lying.
We'll review them as soon as we're done mourning.
When Patrizia is with her husband's friends, she acts superior, but they all act naturally, down to earth. She's actually making a fool of herself without realizing it. She's bragging, adding too much detail, revealing how much material wealth means to her.
When you set father and son against each other and actions have consequences.
I did that for you.
Maurizio, being a spineless man, followed his wife's lead, despite not wanting to. However, he was still responsible for all of his actions.
I never asked for your help.
When he realizes what he has been doing and he finally sees his wife's true face, he starts blaming his wife for all the decisions he had made under her pressure. And he starts hating her. It's already too late because so much damage was already done, but he makes this first wise decision. He tries to save their marriage and asks her to stop intervening in his business matters.
To stay away from Gucci before you cause any more damage.
I'll sort everything myself, he says. A pretty wise thing to say. He wants to take control, to take full responsibility. Here, in this moment, there was the last chance for them to save their family. The very last. If only Patrizia could sacrifice her pride, could calm down, and let go of her need to control everything. But she wouldn't have it this way. She wants everything to be the way she wants. She doesn't want him to be the leader. She wants to do everything herself, and also to be praised for this, just like her dad complimented her when she forged his signature. She thinks that Maurizio isn't capable of anything, and that's why she starts humiliating him.
I'm only getting involved because you are an incompetent little baby idiot.
She wants to make him go back to his usual self and become the same obedient, quiet husband.
Like a little moose.
But no, he's not going back. It's his time to rebel against his wife, like a child who has finally had enough of his overbearing, overprotective parents and starts to live on his own. Just like he left his father before to be with Patrizia.
He's nothing without you.
He's nothing without you, a clairvoyant says to her. How can Patrizia even believe and listen to this woman who says something like this about her husband? Like, that's just so disrespectful, and it's just crazy to me that she has someone in her life that says these things, because Patrizia is the one who likes to manipulate people, to make them do what she wants, to get things from them. So she basically uses people, and she herself has other people in her life who use her, like this Pina lady, and she doesn't realize it.
I'm gonna go see him tomorrow. Maybe you should wait until we come back from the Cayman.
For the first time in my life, I can do whatever I want.
Maurizio says to Paola, the woman who is about to become his mistress. Again, he's so indecisive, still hesitating. His decision-making muscle is so weak. All those years with his controlling dad, and then when he was with Patrizia, he also didn't take any action himself. As a result, he can't do anything on his own.
This could be a big mistake.
You can do what you want now.
Just like Patrizia found Pina, Maurizio found someone who also encourages him in all the wrong and reckless things he's doing. Paola seems more relaxed and not so eager to control him, which must feel like a nice change for Maurizio. Sadly, trouble awaits Maurizio. He's so unexperienced at living the way he wants that he jumps at the first opportunity to feel like he's free. But since he hasn't yet learned how to live on his own without Patrizia thinking for him, he makes all the wrong decisions, which cost him everything, even his life. When Patrizia realizes that she was rejected by Maurizio, that she won't have all the wealth, the name, that she will just be an ex-Gucci, she just can't accept it. In her mind, she made Maurizio who he became, the executive director of Gucci. So if she can't continue being with him, she can't continue taking control, making all the decisions. So she decides to end his life by hiring killers to do it for her. Would she do it if she loved him? Of course not. I related to Maurizio in this film, especially in his rebellion against someone who's been influencing his decisions. Just like him, I used to distance myself from the decisions I made under other people's pressure. I didn't want to take the responsibility for my decisions. But then, with time, of course, I learned that it doesn't matter how I made those decisions. It was still me who made them. And it's the only thing that matters in the end. Simple. Don't do what you don't want to do. But if you do it, don't shift the blame. Take the full responsibility for what you did. Because even if someone else persuaded you, there was at least a small part of you that wanted it too. So you can only blame yourself. Only yourself. And even though it's an old realization of mine, this film was a great reminder for me to be more confident in what I want and how I want to live and not be persuaded by anyone into doing something that I don't want to do. I hope you found this useful, and if you did, let me know what was the most interesting thing you've learned from this analysis, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
You seem too nice to be a lawyer.
There are a few good ones.
The dead ones.